We start talking about dicks. We need to be rolling.
I'm rolling now.
Oh,
Okay.
welcome. This is the Ryne Sandberg episode, number 23.
Hell yeah.
Damn. Episode 23, huh?
Rhino himself, and not me, the great Chicago Cub. I am Ryne.
And I'm Phil.
And I'm Julia.
Boring.
Fuck you.
She's got me in a mood right now.
What did I do?
I'm just fucking with you.
Just sitting over
Is
there.
it because I forgot about the slate?
Yes, it is.
And I didn't know Hulk Hogan's intro
Yeah,
walkout.
that was the biggest thing.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. And people of the Cinephile
He's a
Rehab,
real American. Fights for the rights of every man.
please let her know that I was hitting her with all the moves, dude. All the Hulk Hogan moves that he did walking out. And she still didn't get it.
He is hulking up.
Is that the Ultimate Warrior?
I didn't say that. I literally said nothing.
Oh, that's Sting.
I did not say anything in my defense.
I almost thought it was Shawn Michaels at first, and then I had to hear the words hit.
Yep.
Whatever.
The oral exchange, everybody. And we're about to get oral in here.
Yep. We're going to exchange orally.
We are.
God.
We're going to exchange words orally, and then we're going to have oral sex afterwards. Me
Okay.
and Philip.
Let's move on.
Y'all got to pay to see that. So.
Yep. Yeah, we need to start a Patreon so they can see us have
we need
an
to
oral
start
exchange.
We need to start filming it soon. So
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Right now we're just doing it in our private time, but
We've got that in the works for everybody.
No.
might as well make some money, you know.
Exactly.
Stop.
We are doing the infamous Joe Dirt firework scene.
Yep.
I'm excited.
I have a love for this movie.
I think everybody has a love for this movie.
It's a great film.
So, my senior year of high school, when I took theater, we had to do a monologue on stage in front of everybody. And I did a scene from Joe Dirt. I should have did this one, but I didn't have anybody to play Kick and Wing. And that is what my great, great colleague here is doing. And he's finally fulfilling my dream.
It's not red face, by the way.
Moving on.
No comment. Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
What? So dumb.
They're the Commanders now, correct?
They should be the Redskins.
Okay. Let's stop. Let's just stop.
Let's talk
No.
politics.
We're gonna
Come
stop.
on.
And
Come on, Julie.
we're gonna start the scene after. No.
Who's winning 2024?
Nope. So this scene starts after the oil rig. After he gets kicked off the oil rig, and
Let's just
gets his
recite the
money.
whole movie from start to finish.
I probably could get at least maybe like 60% of the film.
Right.
I
I just want to be Xander Kelly if we ever do that. Is that his name? Xander Kelly? Xander something.
The radio guy?
Yeah.
I think
just
so,
want to be.
yeah.
I want to be Kevin Nealon.
What does he say?
Oh no, not Kevin Nealon. What's his face?
I forget his name, but
Buffalo Bill.
No, what's his fucking name?
the radio guy.
The radio guy, not Kevin Nealon. The
Is
other
it
guy.
Kevin Pollak?
No, it's not. No. It's
All right. Chill. I'm rubbing it in.
Damn you guys for making me forget who that
It puts
is.
the Joe Dirt in the hole.
All right, let's get into the scene.
Anyway,
we're
so
stalling
this
here.
is right after the oil rig, after he gets paid.
Didn't his ass break his fall? Didn't he say that?
Yeah, Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller
Oh,
played
yeah.
Xander Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it
I
is.
couldn't remember who it was.
All
Okay. Ryan will be playing Joe, and Philip will be playing Kick and Wing.
Correct.
Kicking wing.
And go.
Should be
Say
more
action.
Should be more like kicking ass.
Action. Go.
So I had my $360. The next day, I would try the police sketch thing, but something happened to my head. I spent the night in what I thought was an abandoned circus tent, but I guess it was no circus. I was totally bombed on insecticide, I think. So needless to say, I was in no shape to do any good with my recollections. The police sketcher thought I was messing with him because my dad came out looking like Father Tom, and my mom came out too butch, looking like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Remember him? As my head cleared, I realized I needed a different approach. Then I got a brainstorm. Hire an Indian tracker to help me. Great idea. They could find anything. It's like in the movies. So I headed for a reservation.
You want me to put my ear to the ground, listen for hoofbeats, check for footprints, look for broken twigs? But this is the modern age. That stuff doesn't work anymore, which is why I had to open this fireworks stand. I wasn't getting by on just my tracking wages.
Come on. You're supposed to be good at tracking stuff, man. I got to find my parents.
I need a way to sell more fireworks. I'm going broke with this venture also.
I see you got snakes and sparklers, but where's the good stuff, man?
Good stuff. This is the good stuff. Snakes and sparklers.
Are you nuts, dude? You need stuff that explodes. Go boom.
Why is that good?
Well, you might as well ask, why is the tree good? Why is the sunset good? Why are boobs good? Firecrackers. You stick them in mailboxes, drop them in toilets, shove them up a bullfrog's ass?
I'd never do that because I'm going to be a veterinarian.
There you go. Someone shoves an M80 up a bullfrog's butt, blows him to pieces. He comes back to you to fix it. You win twice, brother. It's good biz. You're saying you have no black cats, Roman candles, or screaming memes? Come on. You got no ladyfingers, buzz bottles, snicker bombs, church burners, finger blasters, gut busters, zippity doo dahs, crab flappers?
No, I don't.
You're going to stand there owning a fireworks stand and say you have no whistling bug holes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, Husker doos, Husker domps, cherry bombs, nipsey daisers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser?
No, because snakes and sparklers are the only ones I like.
That might be your problem. It's not what you like, it's the consumer. Look, there, that's happening. We should get bleachers over there. Over here. Excuse me, I done fucked up. We're gonna have to do this over again. This whole thing? No. People come from miles around to see this. Feast your eyes on a feast of smoke.
And scene.
Not bad, not bad.
All right.
Take two.
Go back to I'd never do that because I'm going to be a veterinarian. I've got to get this down. Hang on. Let me get my fucking heart going a million miles per hour. Brought to you by 4C. See what I did there? All right. Julia, director.
Action.
I'd never do that because I'm going to be a veterinarian.
There you go. Someone shoves an M80 up a bullfrog's butt, blows him to pieces. He comes back to you to fix it. You win twice, brother. It's good biz. You're saying you have no black cats, Roman candles, or screaming memes? Come on. You don't got no ladyfingers, buzz bottles, snicker bombs, church burners, finger blasters, gut busters, zippity doo dahs, or crab flappers?
No, I don't.
You're going to stand there owning a fireworks stand and tell me you ain't got no whistling bung holes, spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, Husker doos, Husker don'ts, cherry bombs, nipsey daisers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser?
No, because snakes and sparklers are the only ones I like.
That might be your problem. It's not what you like, it's the consumer. Look there. That's happening. We should get bleachers over here. People come from miles around to see this. Feast your eyes on a feast of smoke.
There we
Boom.
go.
Scene. Boom.
Yep, we got it. Moving on.
Suck a dick. I know how to act.
Good job.
What do they say? Like
That means I'd be a shitty actor like David Spade, and I'd only be able to play a Joe Dirt character. Because I just nailed that 100%. Take two.
oh yeah.
Take two. Oh, Lord. Anywho,
Philip.
continuing on with the 7 stages of the filmmaking process. Philip?
Continuing with step number dos.
Dose
Dulce.
for our Spanish listeners out there.
This one is called pre-production. Yes, I'm not going to read all that bullshit again.
No,
So-
no, we're going to just paraphrase this in our own words, pre-production.
We still have not gotten to the point where you're setting up lights and cameras.
Nope.
I mean, technically, you could set up some cameras and shit here.
Yep.
But generally, this is still like the concept phase.
Mm-hmm.
I call this paperwork part 2.
Yes.
First one is a lot of paperwork, and this is a ton of paperwork.
Yeah. This is settling all the affairs. The script is not set in stone, but the basic structure is there.
Yep.
The plot structure is there.
This is where you're trying to get all your.
That's where you're hiring.
Yeah, it's where you're hiring your
Yep.
peeps.
You're gathering your resources, you know.
Yep. Camera guys.
If your film succeeds the first phase and gets here, you still have a high chance of failure. Like this is yet again where dreams die in this stage.
So would pre-production be considered before you pitch it?
No, this
Okay.
would be
It's already pitched.
It's already pitched, and now
they've done put the money down for this.
okay.
they're still trying to see if it's possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're investing in it to just get the concept. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this is where you would like maybe create like a proof of concept short film or
Right.
something of that nature. A lot of table reading, a lot of negotiations, a lot of paperwork, a lot of securing locations, securing your equipment.
It says finishing the script. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
I mean,
I would want my script to be finished before we started fucking pre-production, you know?
well, it can always be tweaked. is
Tweaked, yeah.
what that
I would figure
means.
you'd be
Like,
tweaking a little bit here because what if you don't get X? Then
Right.
you would have to tweak the script in order
yeah.
to
I feel like a
Fix
script
it.
is never set in stone. It can always change at
By
any stage.
tweaking, we mean AKA the producer telling you what he wants.
probably.
Yeah. This is where the money gets involved, and this is where everyone has input. This is very chaotic stage here.
It's much of the creative stage.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
you probably already have your storyboard done by now, but you have
Right.
a good, well, you'd want it done by now because you're bringing in your camera guys and lighting people and stuff like that. You want them
Yeah.
all to know.
Yeah. This is still a very casual stage as well, though.
Excuse me, it says the director's team creates a storyboard at this stage to visualize each frame of the movie and create a shooting schedule. Excuse me.
This is the stage of the storyboard.
Right. I mean, it can go hand in hand. Like
Yeah.
these stages are not. There's not clear endings and beginnings to each one. Like they kind of flow into each other. You know.
This is table read time too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel like some directors would already have their shit done by this point.
If they're experienced, and
Yeah.
someone like Tarantino, they zoom right past this
Yeah,
because
Right.
they've
Probably the writer and directors are the ones that do it.
yeah.
Because if Tarantino's able to write it, he's able to work on the storyboard
Right.
as
Yeah.
he's writing it.
Yeah. This is where everyone has their assholes puckered,
Yeah.
just hoping that this shit happens.
Yeah.
You know, trying to make it possible, trying to, again, negotiate terms and money and all that other bullshit, like
And this is a
contracts.
crucial point for rehearsals.
Yep.
Yep.
Rehearsals. You know,
Rehearsals are critical, everybody. Critical.
finalizing wardrobes and makeup and hair and all that shit.
Props and set designs.
We
Yeah.
have small experience within the film industry, I guess, with
Yeah.
school.
Yep.
And we never had rehearsals as much because time was pressing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that shit does matter.
Yep. This is probably what takes up most of the time on when a new film gets made. It's the first step and this step.
Like, I would suggest if you're trying to make something short, low budget, at least do 1 day of rehearsal. 2,
Yep.
at least do some kind of rehearsal because you want to figure
Yeah.
your shit out before you get there.
It's going to be very awkward at first.
Yes.
Because it's particularly from the acting side. You want them to shake those like jitters off, you know,
Right.
and become comfortable. And because especially at our level where, I mean, we're amateurs dealing with amateurs, you know, a lot of times this is an actor's very first film or,
Yeah.
you know, like any sort of public performance, like shout out to Billy, you know, he'd never acted before.
Yeah.
And he
Yep.
did a good job
He
after,
did a good
you know,
job.
after he got the hang of it, you know? But yeah, you want rehearsals, you want people to settle in, get comfortable, get to know each other, you know. This is where you're creating the work environment, you know?
Right. Billy's probably ecstatic now that his name was mentioned. So yeah, I'm gonna be famous. Yeah, you're gonna be famous to about 147 people.
It's 147 people he wasn't famous to
Hey.
before.
He deserves to be fucking famous. He could be a part of the Jackass crew.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
100%. 100%. We got to have him on here.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just let him go.
You know, before you even get to table reads, you're probably doing casting at this stage too.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, I would throw in rehearsals, or not rehearsals, but auditions as part of the pre-production phase as well.
Right.
Like, yeah. 'Cause, again, these first two steps are the absolute most critical.
Yes.
Like, if you don't do if you try to skip these or cut corners, your movie's gonna fucking suck.
Yes. And the shoot's going to be fucking hell. You're going to hate
I
your
think
fucking life.
you're going to be able to tell if someone skips this phase.
100%.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
you can
yeah.
say, well, that they didn't have their shit together.
If it takes you 20 hours to do one scene, you got something wrong.
And we have dealt with
agree.
that personally.
Right.
So
Yep.
I agree.
figure your shit out. Man, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I shot my fucking short out in the middle of the fucking woods on Frank's property.
Right.
Buzzed his name when I said
I've
it.
noticed a lot of students do that. Instead of, they're almost like afraid of lighting.
Yeah.
So they want to shoot everything outside, and shouldn't be afraid. You know, that's just plan your time well. This is what this phase is for.
Right.
Schedule everything out and fucking just execute your plan. You know?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to be afraid of if you figure it all out beforehand, you know? Fucking Alfred Hitchcock would bring a bed on set and fucking sleep.
Because he trusted his people
Damn.
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
Producers would show up and be like, "Where's Alfred?"
Yeah.
They're like, "He's down in the basement sleeping."
Yeah. He had everything mapped out so perfectly
Yeah.
that he didn't even need to be there, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing about finding people you can trust and sticking with them. You know,
Yep.
I really respect that about Jim Cummings, because he does a lot of. I mean, he's the most independent filmmaker out of all the independent filmmakers.
Right. I found that the logic here is like the lower budget your film, the more pre-production you have to do. And that becomes necessary. Like, because I mean, if you're Disney and you can just throw $10 billion at the problem, it's going to get done pretty quickly. You know, you either got to have a lot of money or a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you got both, then you got no excuse. Make a good fucking movie.
I agree.
If you love movies enough, you'll figure out a way.
Yeah. I mean, people get bummed out by this phase, but this is filmmaking, you know?
If you work hard during these first two steps, the rest of all
It's
the
easy.
stages are going to be a breeze.
Yeah. I
You know?
mean, that's not to say it's easy, but it'll feel easier
Yeah.
if you figure your shit out first.
We need to be able to shoot on a sound stage. Because we fuck up and try shooting in like living rooms like this right here, and you trying to block off fucking a
Windows.
giant window that's 15 feet up in the air.
And then fucking Boomhauer across the street starts mowing. And then,
Yeah. You got to wait for every fucking plane to pass.
Yep. And we live
Yep.
right under a fucking flight path.
Oh
so-
my
Yeah.
God. Nightmare. All right.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pre-production. It's hell, but you have your hell now, so you can be in heaven later.
Yeah.
You know?
Boom.
Yep.
Words of wisdom from Dr. Phil, everybody. Comedies.
I figured since we spotlighted Joe Dirt,
Joe Dirte.
are there really any good comedy movies anymore?
Anymore.
The best one I've seen recently, and it's no surprise to us three, but it's The Death of Dick Long. So
Yes, The Death of Dick Long. Oh, we need
Right.
we need to
You just-
talk about that movie. We need to
Then talk about
quit
it.
jerking off around when we're trying to think of movies. We're thinking too hard
right.
because
Talk
that is
about
a
that movie.
simple movie.
Yep. It's
We don't want to talk about it because the less you know, the better. I came home from work, a long day of work, and he was like, "You want to watch a movie?" I was like, "Sure." He put on The Death of Dick Long.
I think we watched it on your Wi-Fi because you were still living
Living in the
below
apartment.
us, yeah, and our internet hadn't been installed yet.
I haven't laughed so hard. Like it's hard for movies to like give you that laugh where you can't hold it back.
Yeah,
You're gonna make an audible laugh
right.
out
Right.
loud.
Yeah, and the charm to that movie is the characters don't realize it's a funny story. You know,
Yeah.
they're playing it serious. Like,
Speaking of that, the main dude in that movie,
Zeke.
yeah, Zeke. I watched The Last Stop in Yuma County, and he was in it.
Oh, really?
That's the one with Jim Cummings. It was fucking fantastic.
I haven't seen either of those two guys in any other movie. I don't think.
He turns out to be a pivotal character in the story, and I really like because he was kind of a subtle side character. He plays the sheriff.
Oh, okay.
They kind of work his character up. Great movie. We're gonna have to talk about that one.
All right.
I haven't watched it, so.
Dick Long.
That's one.
Well, I will now.
We're gonna have to. I want to watch that with her.
Right.
So we are there
Yeah.
Okay.
because
Yeah,
it's one of those goes with what the fuck movies.
Yeah.
Because that is a what the fuck.
It is definitely a what the fuck movie.
Okay.
From the last episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's direct. I don't think we mentioned it, but it's directed by one of the Daniels from Everything Everywhere
Yeah.
All at Once.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The one with the glasses. I forget his last name, but
They both wear glasses.
the white one.
The white dude. Yeah, I was gonna say one's Asian, one's white. I think he's Asian. I hope.
Well, it's like Asia's a big place, so can't really go wrong by just saying Asian, right?
Yeah. I could have got specific and said Shanghai.
I don't think that's right. See, now you're getting too specific.
Yeah. And now you need to buzz yourself.
Yeah.
That's a buzz.
But just saying
So what
someone's
makes a
Asian,
good comedy movie?
Good comedy.
yeah, just be funny.
I like harsh comedy.
I ought to say, what type of comedy do you like? Do you like cheesy comedy or dark comedy or
Dark comedies.
Yeah,
Something I really like. The Lobster.
yeah.
Like that is a comedy, but it is
it's a what the fuck movie too?
what the fuck. Yeah.
You're like, what?
Right. Yeah, it's like I think anything can be funny, quote unquote, if it's like delivered
Correctly.
well.
Yeah.
Because it's like you got something like The Lobster, which is a comedy movie, but it still tries to be a serious film.
Yeah.
You know, it's still trying to say something. And then you have something like Ace Ventura, which is just wacky comedy, but
Right.
still fun to watch.
I think
Yeah.
what makes the dialogue so comical is they say funny shit literally,
Yeah.
like very deadpan the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, Bryan Cranston said in an interview, it's like, if you're doing a comedy role, your character can't know that it's funny, you know?
Right.
Okay.
And then I think that was the problem with a lot of like the Adam McKay films with John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell is like they're just kind of improving. They know that it's
Yeah, they're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying.
they're trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Whereas, and I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but you know, it becomes a better movie if the characters are straight, as they say. You know.
Yeah. One of my favorite comedies of all time is A Fish Called Wanda.
I love that movie. I love John Cleese though.
Kevin Kline stills that movie.
Oh yeah, Kevin Kline too.
Yeah, even Monty Python, like even as how goofy and absurd it is.
Yeah. Oh,
they
It's so
still
good.
play it straight, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
I don't think they have to try to be funny because
Right.
I think they're just naturally funny.
I watched The Holy Grail not too long ago, and
Love
the
it.
side story with the police investigating the murder is one of the funniest. In the fucking ending, they just roll up on them. You totally forget about them.
right.
It's just so fucking hilarious.
I love The Life of Brian.
Oh,
It's
Life
one of
of
my
Brian.
favorite movies
Didn't
ever.
we watch that?
We did.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. See, I like old inappropriate comedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I like comedy when you could be funny and inappropriate and not offend everybody.
Bad News Bears.
That's one.
Blazing Saddles.
Buttermaker.
Yeah, Blazing
Blazing
Saddles.
Saddles. That's the definition of a
Right.
hardcore comedy.
Yeah.
Because it's got everything on the
It's just
spectrum.
it's just
Racism.
wacky.
I said racism a little too hard. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah. Because back then, I don't know. I just think back then, not everybody got so damn offended over everything. Now
Yeah.
everybody gets offended if you say anything.
I mean, I'm still convinced that shit only exists on social media. Like, I'm pretty,
What the
the
everybody getting
outrage
offended?
culture and the cancel culture. Like, people need to realize anything that happens on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck,
Yeah,
or
whatever the fuck it's called.
Facebook, TikTok, it doesn't fucking exist. It's fucking, it's virtual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably some fucking Russian psyop anyway. So
Yeah.
who gives a fuck?
Another good one. There's Something About Mary.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Speaking of Russian psyops, no. I'm kidding.
Schindler's List, great comedy.
Oh God.
12
I
Years
think-
a Slave. Great
12
one.
Years Slave.
Stop.
Great comedy.
I think when Philip had us watch Putney Swope, that was
Yeah.
a definition of a comedy.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
But again, it was back then where you could say whatever, do whatever,
Right.
and everybody just thought it was
His
fucking
voice
hilarious.
has not left my mind. Putney Swope.
Oh, yeah. That's, I think we talked about it in the episode, but that's Robert Downey Sr. himself
Yeah.
dubbing over it.
Dubbing over the
that's
whole
right.
movie, right? You
Okay.
said because that guy.
Because the actor kept forgetting his
Forgetting
lines
his
and
lines.
flubbing the words, and, you know. You'd get 100% canceled for doing that today.
Don't judge it on the picture. So I literally
What's
was
on
gonna
the bottom right?
For a good
for a good time call or for a good time.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
I
It was
didn't
just a
watch
picture.
that.
It was just a picture that I found on the internet of comedies. Yes, Pitch
These
Perfect
are-
is not funny.
These are barely comedies, though.
I know. I couldn't find a picture. Sue me. I should have just left it off because I knew. And I literally was going to put a blurb at the bottom that says, Ryne is going to crucify me for this picture.
Okay, that brings up a good point, actually. Just because a movie calls itself a comedy doesn't mean it's funny.
That's agreed. See, I think there's a difference between
Right.
a comedy and funny.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 21 Jump Street was hilarious. I don't care what you guys say.
I will admit that movie did surprise me when I went and
That
saw it.
movie
We-
made me laugh my ass
We
off.
were the target audience for that film.
Oh, yeah.
It's like young adults that, you know,
Oh yeah, just out of high school.
just out of high school. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And
It was bad. Man, Ice Cube's character in that
Oh,
film.
he was classic. I
Him in
freaking love that.
22 Jump Street when he's dating
Yeah.
his daughter is
Yeah, I like that
it
one
cuts
too.
to them sitting at the dinner table and he's just got that Ice Cube eyebrow going at him.
I will say this: I like 22 more than I like 21.
Yeah,
I think-
I have to
yeah.
agree.
Like-
I have to agree.
I thought they were hilarious. I had never watched it before, and I watched them, and I was like, "These are hilarious."
Yep.
It's what made me realize Channing Tatum actually can act.
Could do something
Right. I
other
like
than
the
dance and strip.
I like the line towards the end where it's like, spoiler alert. I'm sure everyone's seen
Oh,
it,
if
but
they have it, then they're
turns out
stupid.
the cartel member's daughter is the one that's actually selling all the drugs.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
Wi-Fi they call it.
Yeah.
And she says something like, "Dad, I'm not going to sell heroin. That's so like old school. Like fucking Blanche from the Golden Girls did heroin." Like,
Wasn't she a white girl?
yeah. I forget her name. She's been in all kinds of like character roles and shit. But
Was it Sarah Rue?
she's kind of pudgy with the blonde hair and like
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
she kind of always plays that sort of sarcastic like Valley Girl type character, you know.
I think it's a great movie.
Another great comedy, and I would say it's definitely my go-to to make me laugh every time. 40-Year-Old Virgin.
That one is
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's a classic. Yeah.
40-Year-Old Virgin is perfect. It's the perfect comedy.
Her name
It's
is
the perfect comedy.
Her name is Jillian Bell.
Yeah, that sounds right. But, I mean, I'm going to be honest. You could have said any name and I would have.
Shut
Yeah, let's go with it.
Shut up.
Hit us with another comedy. Titanic.
What do you like? What do you like, Julia?
You know,
I like all the dumb ones that nobody
it
else
would
likes.
have been a comedy, Titanic, if they would have tossed that old bitch off the fucking edge of the boat at the end.
Right.
When she threw that jewel.
You cannot talk about that anymore.
Okay.
I like the Jackass movie.
You know what?
All right.
Those are definitely the first
they
one.
make
The
me
first
laugh
one
so
was
hard.
big.
Yeah, the
was huge
Jackass
shit.
the movie.
And this last one, I have to say the last one was actually really good. Even though it's not them taking the
Yeah,
worst end of it.
the beat because they're too old to take the beatings
Yeah.
now.
I mean, Steve-O
They're all
was,
my age.
Steve-O was still doing some wild shit in that movie.
Agreed.
That shit with the bees.
I think he's one of the younger ones. Most of them are my age.
It don't matter how
Yeah,
fucking young you are. He fucked himself up.
Knoxville's getting old. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Knoxville, maybe even a year or two older than me.
Yeah, dude.
You don't talk
All
about it.
right.
And I also love The Ringer. Is probably one of my favorite comedies of all
A
time.
movie that definitely could not be made
Right.
today.
Some of my favorite lines are in that movie.
Yeah, I'm not getting political, everybody. I'm
It's
just
so
saying
funny.
that is facts.
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
Yeah, when the fuck did we get ice cream? You
I
can
love that
see
movie.
Johnny Knoxville break
great
character and
Yeah.
laugh because
Love it.
Yeah.
that was just a ad lib.
Yeah. Did y'all ever watch Action Point with Johnny Knoxville?
Oh, with the where he makes the roller coaster.
No, did you
part.
tell us about it?
It's actually not that bad.
It's the newer
I
one,
like
right? That
it.
new movie you said?
No,
Is it new?
it's not the new one,
Oh,
but
okay.
it came out several years ago. But he's the manager of this like failing theme park, which is based on a real theme park
Yep.
in New Jersey.
What? I'm going to watch it tonight.
It's
Yeah.
all like wooden fucking
Yeah.
roller coasters and
They
shit.
called it the real park was nicknamed Class Action Park because
Yep.
so many people were getting hurt and some
Oh, I've
people
heard
were
about
killed.
that. Yeah.
Like they had like fucking live wire exposed at the bottom of one of the water rides and shit.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm watching it tonight. I love Johnny Knoxville.
You'll have to figure out which scene is the one because that's
it
what
has-
I watched. I watched that movie just to see the part where he fucking flew off, and apparently he comes off camera and he crashes, and his fucking eyeball came out of his head.
Yeah.
Hit his head so
Oh,
fucking
my.
hard.
I think he said he like blew his nose afterwards and it.
Yeah, and it popped out. That's right.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
God.
Cool. I could not imagine if my fucking eyeball popped out of my head. I wouldn't know what to do.
I'm going to need Johnny Knoxville to come on the
That's making
pod.
my
And
eyes water
Oh,
thinking about it.
dude, that is
I'm gonna need-
horrifying.
I'm
Would
gonna
you
need-
just be seeing like down there?
No, dude. I don't even.
Drop a
gonna
comment.
need-
Anybody that's lost an eye.
I don't even want to think about that, dude.
I'm going to need Johnny Knoxville to come on the pod so he can
Yep.
tell us the real story.
Anything to do with eyes makes me really uncomfortable. Like,
We should get Johnny Knoxville on here.
and Chris Pontius is in it too.
I love him too.
Chris Pontius. I love Chris Pontius, man.
I don't think Johnny Knoxville has a legit Instagram.
Dude, every fucking celebrity has some agency do it for them. Like that.
I know, but some of these are like,
I bet you
from,
money.
like,
I bet you
Russia.
money. Johnny Knoxville doesn't even know the password to his own Instagram. I'll bet you money.
I'll write a letter to him and be like, I'm going to need you to come on the podcast.
I'm sure he'll be right here.
Yep. I'm gonna need you to tune on in so you can tell us what really happened.
Fargo.
Yeah.
Ron,
It's
it's kind of
really fucking funny. It's a dark
funny,
comedy.
but it's a
It's a dark comedy.
Well, if
Oh,
we,
yeah? Up there in Brainerd, yeah.
If we're saying Fargo, I'm saying Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah,
You know?
there you go.
That one is kind of a
The
comedy,
Big Lebowski,
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of
the
a comedy.
pinnacle of all comedies.
Just almost every Coen Brothers movie has some kind of comedy.
Yeah.
That's true.
Even No Country for Old Men, one of the most like, still has some funny scenes. Like,
I'm trying to think of if there's anything funny in Blood Simple or not.
not really.
'Cause
That one's pretty.
That is.
That one keeps the same tone the whole way through for the
Yeah.
most part.
Any more comedies? No. No. Forrest Gump, is that considered a comedy?
It has
Comical
elements of comedy.
I do not consider that a comedy in any way, shape, or form. Now, it does have funny scenes. I'm not saying it doesn't have funny scenes. I'm just saying I do not consider that
It's a drama. It's a
for
drama.
sure.
Yeah, but comedy is also drama.
You know what? I'm going to need you to not say that Forrest Gump is a comedy.
Well, we got Jorge A. Romero up next.
Yes, the one and only.
R.I.P. 2017. He passed away in 2017.
I got to meet this man.
George A. Romero.
I got to meet him at a horror movie con.
Nice.
I got to meet
Nice.
Sid Haig and all like the original Michael Myers, and
Sid
and-
Haig scares me.
this is
That is
when
all.
I
Really
fell in
can't
love
scare
with
anyone
movies.
anymore.
Philip.
He set me up for it.
This is where I really fell in love with movies. I was like 10 or 11, and they said George A. Romero was going to be there, and it's our movie that we're spotlighting today.
Yes.
But CREEPSHOW was huge in my childhood.
1982 is when it
Huge.
came out.
Huge. And I sat in a long ass line just to meet him. And he was smoking a cigarette inside. He was the only person smoking a cigarette inside.
That's probably when you could still smoke cigarettes inside.
No,
Oh, no? Okay.
no. It was way after the 90s. That shit stopped about 2000.
Yeah, but nobody's going to tell George Romero to put his fucking cigarette
Right.
out.
You think 9/11 is what stopped smoking? And
No, it was the offended people.
Right. The snowflake. The damn liberals.
yeah, frogs are gay. But yeah, George A. Romero made zombies into a living thing
Yeah.
in our world.
Literally created the zombie genre.
Yeah,
you know?
with none other than Night of the Living Dead.
Without that, we would not have The Walking Dead. We would not have Dawn of the Dead. We would not have 28 Days Later.
Nope.
We would not have anything.
Anything. That's a long list of great movies
Yep.
that we wouldn't have.
Right.
And it's quite jarring with Julia not sitting down here.
I know.
We're going to let the podcast know that she stepped away from the podcast.
She has abandoned her post.
She has abandoned her post.
Oh, you thirsty? Oh. Oh, she's a little thirsty.
Thirsty.
Coffee,
Got the cotton mouth.
We're talking about zombies here, damn it.
Yeah, come on.
zombies.
What's your favorite zombie film by George A. Romero?
Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead. What about you, Philip?
I mean, you got to pick that one. It's the
I
classic.
don't think you can ever beat that one
Oh
except
no, because Dawn of the Dead.
the original.
The scale at which he was able to make that movie, because it was Night of the Living Dead is low budget
Yeah.
Yeah,
right
Dawn of the
there.
Dead.
That's what gives it its charm, though.
Yes, I mean they were. I used to know this shit about that movie. They just did a great job. He did a great job, and it was late '60s or mid '60s is when that film came out.
I think
It was a long time ago.
68, I think.
It was still a time in America where black people were not looked at in the same right as the whites because we're shitty people. And they had a black lead character in that film with a shitty ending.
Did he have his classic glasses on when you met him?
Yes.
There we go.
Yep. He had the classic glasses on, and I had a picture of, I forget what they called him, but the monster from the crate in CREEPSHOW. I had a picture of George A. Romero and the creature, and it was like young
That's
George
awesome.
A. Romero. He signed it for me. I got it somewhere. I need to find that shit. But yeah,
The A stands for Andrew, if you were wondering.
Okay.
Andrew.
And he is a junior. George Andrew Romero Jr.
Interesting.
Yep.
And
He was Canadian. American Canadian.
really? I didn't know he was Canadian.
Canada, eh?
I didn't know that either.
Terrence and Phillip?
Talk about Terrence and Phillip.
He died in Toronto, as they say. Toronto.
In 2017.
Rip a legend.
He also did a film called Monkey Shines, which is actually really good, even though you wouldn't think that a movie about a monkey fucking people up would be that good, but it is. Quite surprising. It was his first, like, with an actual production company film, because he independently did all of his films, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
Can't forget the iconic Day of the Dead. It's probably got the best death by being torn apart by all limbs
Oh my God.
and having your guts ripped out. It was some of the best special effects. Tom Savini, everybody. The GOAT.
I haven't seen it, but this Knight Riders film looks interesting.
Yeah, the motorcycle
Yeah.
film. Yeah.
I might have to check that one out later.
A young Ed Harris. And I believe he did this film before Creepshow. And I think that's how Ed Harris popped in for his little short role.
Yeah, for a creep show.
Interesting.
But George A. Romero. And then he made which a lot of people say it is his magnum opus, Land of the Dead, in 2005. Have y'all ever seen that one?
I
I'm
haven't.
not.
It's got somebody that I feel like you watched the TV show for, Julia, because it's just Simon Baker. You know this guy. He plays The Mentalist.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You've
I watched
watched
The
that?
Mentalist.
Yep. I call it. She watches those crazy fucking shows.
What else is
You've
it
never
in?
seen The Land of the Dead? No. Have you ever seen The Land of the Dead?
I have
No.
not.
It's got John Leguizamo in it. Dennis Hopper is the antagonist. The zombies really aren't the antagonists of the film,
Really?
even though the film, they have a town blocked off and they're all living inside of the town. And it's a corrupt government
Of course.
led by Dennis Hopper, who that's what he was born to be.
That's kind of a cliche now, but you know, he invented that shit, I guess. So if you like zombie shit, George Romero invented it. You know?
And the zombies get smarter. They start picking up guns and shit.
Damn. Sounds like a video game.
It does sound like a video game.
It's fucking good. It's crazy. You wouldn't think so.
Damn, dude, that'd be crazy. Like,
A zombie picking up a fucking
Yeah.
AR-15. You're fucked.
yeah,
You're fucked.
what are you supposed to do, man? Like, they're already dead. Like,
Right?
and you have to get a headshot.
Yeah.
So before they headshot you, you know, so used to, you could just stay at range, but now they got artillery.
What kind of zombie would you want to have? Which, like, you want... Well, obviously everybody would want the Night of the Living Dead zombies because they walk.
What are we talking about?
But you have to kill them in the head.
Yeah.
Whereas in 28 days later, you just got to fucking... I don't think you have to hit them in the head in 28 days later. Do
Can't
you?
remember. I don't think so. But yeah, it's like
I think the zombies today are too.
fast
they're
zombies
too
would be
smart.
pretty fucking terrible,
Yeah.
honestly.
Train to Busan
Yeah.
Ooh,
zombies?
Those zombies
Yeah.
scare the shit
Count
out of
me
me.
out.
Yep. I
Yeah,
agree.
fast zombies would be the death of everyone. At least in America, because we're all so fucking fat, you know.
The day fast zombies come, I'm just going to go out into the woods and die like an old dog.
Yep.
But George A. Romero, everybody, the master of
pretty
zombie
amazing.
films.
What if you become a zombie and you have just your normal athletic ability? It's like Like the zombie version of myself can only run as fast as the human version of myself, you know, which isn't very fast. Like,
Then you couldn't kill anybody you knew because they would know how to
Outmaneuver you.
you for sure.
I feel like that's the way it would be, you know, like you wouldn't automatically just gain super speed, right? Like your muscles
I don't
just
know.
literally
I would
aren't
hope
big enough,
not.
you know, like,
That would be terrifying.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, Usain Bolt would have like he'd have the number one kill leaderboards, you know? Like,
For real.
yeah.
Anybody see him coming as a zombie, everybody be running.
He'd be a gold medalist in murder, dude.
Jesus.
Y'all are. Things y'all talk about.
Alrighty.
All right, moving on to
Creep Show.
Big enchilada.
So I rewatched it
You did?
because I hadn't seen it in a lot of years. And I rewatched it and I forgot about some of it. And I was pleasantly surprised.
For people that don't know, it was directed by George A. Romero.
surprise.
It was written by none other than Stephen King. And they worked really hard to make sure that it had the comic book feel to it,
Yep.
which they nailed it. And even Stephen King acts in the film.
I forgot he was actually
Jordy
in
Verrill.
it. Yep. I forgot he was actually in it.
And for the character, he actually does a pretty good job.
Oh, he does a great job.
because
I love that. It was one of my favorite ones.
that is a weird backwoods redneck. That is how they act.
He was the
100%.
Meteor, right? He was in the Meteor one, right? Was it
Yeah,
the Meteor?
meteor shit.
Yep.
And then it stars so this film came out before Leslie Nielsen and Ted Danson got their big breakout roles.
Yep.
For Airplane, for Nielsen, and for Cheers. For Danson. And Leslie Nielsen, of course, plays one of the best villains in a fucking horror movie. He plays it so perfectly, and it works well because it's Leslie Nielsen playing a bad guy.
Leslie Nielsen is probably one of my favorite actors ever.
Hands down. And this movie is one of the reasons why I love this man. I love him. Hal Holbrook plays Adrienne Barbeau's husband. And she is a fucking annoying bitch.
She sure is. Do you know who Adrienne Barbeau is?
Just call me Billy. Fucking woman.
Adrienne Barbeau is Rocky's wife in the Rocky movies. I'm pretty confident of that.
No.
Uh-huh.
No. Adrienne Barbeau is not.
And who is she?
She played in The Fog.
I thought she was...
The character's name is Adrienne.
Oh, I know. No, I
and
know
Rocky,
that.
but-
Hold on.
Yeah, Adrienne.
But she looks just like her.
It's the
A younger version of
It's
her.
the sister in The Godfather that plays Adrienne.
yeah.
Let me...
That's who you're thinking of.
Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yeah. The one that Carlo beats the fuck out of. Clean it up.
She has 165 acting credits.
Jesus.
Actors used to do that.
Adrienne
back then.
Barbeau?
Yes.
Well, she played in Deadwood back in the day. She's a great actress.
Actors and actresses used to do that. Like they would just take any role that came their way, you know.
I don't know if she's still married to John Carpenter or not, but she was married to him for a pretty good
Really?
stint.
I don't know.
Because she played in Escape from New York, and she's the femme fatale in that film.
Right.
I guess I should read the fucking
Yep.
plot.
Tell them what it's about.
5 grisly tales from a kid's comic book about a murdered father rising from his grave, a bizarre meteor, a vengeful husband, a mysterious crate's occupant, and a plague of cockroaches.
Cock.
So
Yep.
Roaches.
Bunch of cock.
roaches. The cockroaches episode gives me absolute chills. Absolute
And
chills.
it's acted by, what's his name? He played in 12 Angry Men. Shit. All right. Doesn't fucking matter. He does a good job, though. He's the germaphobe that lives in his own apartment away from everybody. And
Terrifying.
a cockroach infestation takes over. And they are all real cockroaches. So a little behind the scenes, they went to caves and got these cockroaches. They dumped all these cockroaches on the set, turned off the lights for 5 seconds, turned them back on, and every cockroach was gone. They were already in all the shit in the set.
Yep. That's how they do it.
Insanity.
Terrifying.
Having to work with that filming would be the most anxiety-ridden shit.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
Because, fuck that. Fuck that.
Ugh.
Which one's your favorite in the out of all the stories?
Definitely not the cockroaches one. I think it's the mysterious crates. The mysterious crate.
It's the longest
Yeah.
the longest story out of all of them. So they really went
That's
all
the
out
one
with
Ted
that
Danson's in, right? Is that the one he in?
No, he's in the Leslie Nielsen.
Okay. The
Buries him up to his neck.
yeah, the rising from his crate. Oh, is that the one on the beach?
Yep.
That's the one I like.
A Vengeful Husband.
That's the one that I like. Is the Meteors is Stephen King for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
And then the Plague of Cockroaches, I'm done with that. I don't even want to talk about that out loud. The Crate, is Ed Harris the Crate or is he the first one? I don't remember.
He's the murdered father rising from his grave.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets killed like a total jackass in that movie. But I have to say my favorite is probably the murdered father rising from his grave. I love the Crate, but some about that one.
The Crate kind of is creepy.
Oh yeah, the Crate. And I have to go out and say right now, this has one of the best horror movie soundtracks of all time. Like the
Oh yeah.
the music when the father's
Yeah.
hand rises out
Yeah.
of the grave, some of the best shit. Some of the best shit.
Has anybody remade this yet?
They made a sequel, CREEPSHOW 2, which, I mean, it's over the top cheesy, but they got some pretty good stories in that one. They got a raft. It's called The Raft, where a bunch of college students go out on a raft in an oil slick, or it looks like an oil slick, devours each and every one of them,
Damn.
one by one. It's pretty fucked up. Pretty fucked up.
So I don't think anybody could do it as good as George A. Romero. However, this could get a facelift.
I've been thinking, like, how awesome would that be to
Facelift it.
do all the same stories as the
just-
original.
Yeah. I could get a facelift. I could get behind this because I know we always preach against reboots and remakes, but I could get behind it.
You know who could do it? Lee Wanell, the guy that made The Invisible Man.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I was thinking Michael Bay personally.
God. Just, the movie starts with an explosion.
Yeah. It ends with an explosion.
45-minute car chase.
All the meteor, that would be what he signs on for.
Right.
He's like, I'm going to fuck the earth up with this
Right.
meteor. But yeah, great movie. Big piece of my childhood. We used to watch this religiously.
Yeah. I
Religiously.
watched it a lot as a kid.
Loved this fucking movie.
So good. You can watch it on Prime. You can rent or buy it. I think I did mine from Apple TV as well.
Pretty soon it'll just be you can rent or buy anything from Prime. So
Yeah.
like
Well, it's not free to stream anywhere, is usually why I say that.
all hail our Amazon overlords. You know.
The Bezos
Yep.
with his penis-shaped fucking space shuttle.
Oh my God.
Yeah, more like Jeff Bezos, more like Jeff Pinos. Yeah.
What? He's probably got some damn recording device and he's going to come to my house and
fuck
blow it
Fuck
up.
him.
What's he gonna do? Shoot me with money?
Hey.
Please, come
Yeah.
shoot me with money. Please.
Right, exactly.
Watch Creepshow, guys.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Watch
It's a
it for
classic.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Just watch it for Leslie Nielsen. If you
It's
love
classic.
Leslie Nielsen, watch it.
I watched The Menu and this in the same night.
Really?
I watched them back to back that night.
I even like the little the story with the father that opens the whole movie up.
Oh yeah.
Fucking his kid up. And that kid is Joe Hill, Stephen King's son,
Really?
who wrote The Black Phone.
I didn't know that.
So
Interesting.
Interesting. If anybody wants to take it on, could get a facelift. I could get behind a facelift of CREEPSHOW.
it needs to be a trustworthy director.
And it cannot star Timothy Chalamet nor Austin Butler. Can we please move on?
That's a tall ask these days.
Can we please move on? That is all I have to say about that.
All right, we are coming to a close. Subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell notification.
Yeah, all that bullshit.
Do all the
that
shit.
bullshit.
See all the buttons on your screen right now?
Yep.
Click that shit.
Yep, click it. All you gotta do is click.
If it's a button, click it.
You have to take a picture. What are you talking about? These are QR codes.
On the fucking web page, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Click it with your penis.
you know how to subscribe to a YouTube channel. Come on. Like, who doesn't know how to do that?
And we got all those other social medias.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick of saying them.
I know. Just don't say them. They're just up here.
Yeah.
I put words at the bottom so you guys didn't have to say
You know
it.
what? Don't tell your friends about this podcast.
Yeah.
Keep it exclusive.
Yeah.
Let's make this our own like private community here.
Yeah.
We're the fucking Illuminati. All right. Let's be the Illuminati too.
No, they're going to show up at my fucking house
147
and
of
blow
us.
it up now.
No. We have a cult.
Yeah.
We have a cult.
So you can be the cool hipster guy that knows about this podcast that nobody else does. So
Exactly.
This amazing podcast. You know?
People who like this are just as fucked up human beings
Yeah.
as we are.
And you can laugh at your dumb friends for listening to Joe Rogan and fucking Lex Friedman and all that bullshit. When
Did you see Lex Friedman had Kevin Spacey on?
oh shit, no, I
Oh
did not.
shit! After that doc came out,
He bit the bullet and gave the
Damn.
man a chance to talk.
Damn.
damn.
I have to say that, like, I'm not
Condoning.
condoning anything. I'm not picking sides. I'm just saying that people have a right to talk, and he hasn't had that platform to talk
Right.
because he was hit with that Me Too pretty fucking hard. And they wore him out in the media, and then he's found not guilty, and they don't say shit in the media. Just saying.
They're always found not
Media
guilty.
sucks. Not saying that he didn't do it. I just like Kevin Spacey as the actor, not as the person.
Yeah, you would like Kevin Spacey. Yeah.
Hey, nothing will take away from Seven. I don't care what anybody says. American Beauty, that's another story. Because a man kisses him and he acts like he didn't like it.
I thought you were going to say anything.
No, you don't remember that part?
I do remember that part.
He has to act like he don't like it
Okay, stop.
because
We're done.
he is a gay, isn't he?
Philip, cut it.
Yeah, we're cutting because I feel like if we say his name one more time,
you're gonna
he's
be-
going to just pop up.
I know. He's going to come blow my house up like everybody else that you've mentioned.
See ya.
All right, bye, everybody.